Artists are often obsessively driven to create from a formative feeling or image. Something imprints, igniting a lifetime of exploration. Sculptor Ruth Asawa's organic forms, a friend once said, go way back to her childhood on the family's dusty Southern California farm. To quote Asawa, I used to sit on the back of the horse-drawn leveler with my bare feet drawing forms in the sand, which later in life became the bulk of my sculptures. Originally trained in design and painting, Asawa is best known for her transparent, organically shaped, hanging, looped wire sculptures. So gorgeous, so inventive. Historically, sculpture was heavy, made from weighty materials such as stone and metal. They didn't hang, a radical idea for its time, but rested solidly on a pedestal or plinth. But Asawa's stunning work, initially conceived in 1948, was modern and groundbreaking for its time. Born in 1926 in Norwalk, California, to immigrant Japanese parents, Asawa helped the family farm land they were not permitted to purchase. They eked out an arduous and meager existence. Asawa showed an early aptitude for drawing, but had little time to develop her interests. After the bombing of Pearl Harbor, when Ruth was 16, the FBI arrested her father, and shortly thereafter she, her mother, and 5 siblings were interned at the Santa Anita Assembly Center in Arcadia, California for 5 months. Ironically, this horrific event would fundamentally change her life for the better, for it was while confined that she took her first drawing class with animators from Disney, of all places, and from there went on to college, intent on becoming an arts educator. But due to anti-Japanese hostility, she was unable to complete her degree. Encouraged by friends, she went to Black Mountain College in North Carolina in 1946, a unique, now-defunct school committed to the idea that arts were central to learning. Influential teachers included Josef Albers, Buckminster Fuller, and Merce Cunningham. Robert Rauschenberg was a fellow student, and architect Albert Lanier would become her husband. From the Smithsonian's Oral Archives of American Art, Asawa describes her experience. Art was at a high level, and living was very difficult. We were so poor. We were forced to go back to natural things, and I think that was very good for us. The material is irrelevant. You take an ordinary material like wire and you give it a new definition. It's the distance between effort and effect. The events leading up to Asawa's creative discovery to, as she puts it, draw in the air with wire, vary. The most plausible is that on a student trip to Mexico, she was influenced by a technique of bag making using cords known as knotless netting. Instead, she used wire. My curiosity was aroused, she says, by the idea of giving structural form to the images in my drawings. Asawa had her first show at the New York City Peridot Gallery in 1954. Her glorious, altogether new work was initially pigeonholed as craft-based and feminine, with a 1955 Time magazine review referring to her as a housewife. In '62, a friend gave Asawa a desert plant from Death Valley. I tried to draw it, she says, but it was such a tangle that I had to construct it in wire in order to draw it. I began to see all the possibilities. A new creative path opened, tied wire sculpture. An ardent arts activist, in '68, Asawa co-founded an innovative public school arts program later renamed in her honor, believing, quote, art will make people better, more highly skilled in thinking and improving. Later in her career, Asawa created commissioned sculptures that suggested an evolving relationship with her Japanese-American identity, including fountains and 2 memorials commemorating Japanese incarceration. Underappreciated throughout her career, a 2009 chance phone call to the auction house Christie's brought new attention to her masterful work, along with record-breaking sales in 2013, months before her death at age 87 in San Francisco. To quote Asawa, an artist is not special. An artist is an ordinary person who can take ordinary things and make them special. How very special indeed. Thanks for watching. Please consider subscribing and sharing. Until next time.